Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely... He's having a shot! Oh, he's managed to get it all wrong.
Hazard really should be making an apology. That longer range pass gave him a golden chance then.
And it's been taken short. Kimmich does well to get it back. That's a sharp pass. And he cuts out the supply. Now it's Hazard. Hazard will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent.
This guy, Roberto Carlos, really is a unique player, Peter.
I don't think anyone would argue with that.
The pace, the power, the set pieces, the way he constantly surges forward.
And a fabulous urgency about everything he does.
That's exactly it.
He's had a shot! Has another go! And he's done it!
Listen, the big names earn their reputations for precisely the reason we've just seen. They have a habit of making their presence felt, and here we are, early stages. He struck one, and he looks hungry for more.
He won't get many simpler than that, but he's certainly not complaining.
Listen, he would have been advised to do that as a kid, and it's obviously etched in his mind now.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. Now it's Hazard. And here's Cruyff. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
McTominay. And it's Messi. Now that looks a decent ball. Played into the middle. Big header! No mistake! That is remarkable! All square in a matter of moments.
Yeah, and analysis of the goal should take a back seat to the importance of a committed reaction. This is wonderful to watch.
Pick that one out. It was a bullet.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball. Made a classic move and met it perfectly.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
You've got to commend that, Peter. It's the perfect response to falling behind. Don't let your heads drop. Just get back up the pitch and level the scores again. This is cracking stuff.
Well, facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. Roberto Carlos is always looking to play quality balls. Still very early doors, but it is a closely contested affair. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Cafu just loves to go forward whenever he can. Cafu. Now it's Bruno Fernandes. Aimed beyond the defence. It's a promising position. That's good play. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal. Chance for a shot! And it's come back out to him. It's in! And they're back in front. And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Well, listen, last line of defence and you don't get it right, then you're paying a visit to your net.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for. Now it's Cruyff. Knocks it into space. And that is expertly dealt with. Getting on for a third of the way through the game. Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo. Ronaldo proves just a little bit too strong. Chips it through, and he shoots! It's a goal! A quite incredible spell. They are flying. Speed of thought, efficiency of movement, and certainty of outcome.
Again, that's terrific movement, Peter, and an even better pass. It's beautifully played.
Well, that has changed the dynamic somewhat.
Well, that's really winded the opposition. You can see their manager screaming on the touchline, telling his team to calm down. But they'll need to do that pretty quickly. It's composure from here.
McTominay. Messi. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Now Yaya Toure. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Messi. Messi going face-to-face with his great rival. The defence opting here for strength in numbers. Mohamed Salah carries the ball down the right. Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. Plays it across. And it's claimed by the keeper. Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. And here's Ibrahimovic. Neymar. Van Dijk. Bruno Fernandes. Messi was in no mood for any of that. Nicely weighted ball. Ronaldo receives it in a wide position. Plays it in low.
I think that's great defending. He just made sure he was in the right place to block it. And I bet you the keeper's very relieved.
Hazard. Hullet. Now looking to orchestrate a counter. Kimmich. Now it's Messi. And there's the end of the first half.
Everyone, please welcome our players.
There's the start of the second half.
Well, I think they have to be positive despite the scoreline. The one thing they don't want to do, Peter, is give away an early goal. But they can't afford to get too cagey either. So attack with real devilment, go for that goal and see if they can
And the finish! He's got a goal! And the second half is off to a flyer! Sharp, simple, satisfying. He just knew what was on.
Such good movement. Some players have that natural ability to be in the right place at the right time. We've just seen the perfect example.
And yes, it's him again. This is threatening to become a really good game.
What a difference a half-time rocket from the manager can make. This is exactly the response he'd be looking for.
McTominay does really well to win the ball there. It's not an especially good pass, that. Kimmich can so cleverly bypass the press. And it's McTominay.
Jeff, Chiba have certainly changed the dynamic, but I'm not quite sure whether we're going to get patience or impatience now.
And he's picked it up out wide. Cafu for Yaya Toure. Now it's Messi. And it's Kimmich. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Zanetti. Neymar. Rijkaard. And Neymar. So we've reached the hour mark. And here's Hazard. Neymar gets into a good position.
That's positional goal, the utilisation of space.
Cruyff. Messi. And it's Messi. Messi. And it's Kimmich. Yaya Toure. Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Neymar. Now it's Hazard. No, he wasn't being taken in by that trickery. Can he spark a counter here? Tries to play it through. And he's managed to get free. Oh, well cut out, no margin for error there at all.
That's exactly what they need to keep doing. Carry on plugging away and eventually you might just get that little break.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible. He's gone for goal. Well, that is rather wayward.
Well, at least that improves their tally when it comes to shots on goal, but they have to start doing a lot better.
Rijkaard. Cafu. Mohamed Salah will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Hernes.
Jeff Chiba really might just end up kicking themselves after that. That could well have been it.
Yaya Toure touches it back. It's Rui Costa. That is an excellent defensive intervention from the front man. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Great vision. Oh, that's fabulous. And the shot! They've scored! Again, we are level. What a contest!
I could watch this every week, Peter. Talk about strength of character. Wonderful.
The lightness of step, the sharpness of movement, the certainty of finish.
I'm not making any apologies, but I was willing him to supply the finish, and he came up trumps.
And very quickly, the substitute made his mark.
I think the manager's claiming an assist here.
We have ourselves a real game here.
Well, needless to say, Peter, they're eager to get going, but you have to wonder how much these boys have left in the tank.
What about this cross? A game with so much to recommend it. Fabulous contest, but still no clear winner.
Well, a goal either way at this stage would qualify as a steal. Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Mohamed Salah goes steaming forward. Oh, he's burnt. Mohamed Salah! It's off target and by quite a way.
Substitution on the field. Number 7.
So there's going to be another change here. So a double change here, and both changes are offensive.
It's a bold move. The manager's made his intentions pretty clear. He's going for this.
There will be 3
No,
minutes added
he's
time.
seen through all of that. He's a sharp little ball here. Cannavaro kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Rijkaard.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
Hernes. And that's been... Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. What a game, a contest of ferocity and marvellous talent from start to finish. The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. The action has already started. He's done very well to get to that.
Mbappe is offering a right smile there.
And the keeper beats it away. Messi going face-to-face with his great rival. Nice interception, well timed. And now a sudden chance to counter. Pullet. Good defending there, they've slammed the door in the faces of the opposition. And he welcomes it in.
Well, I'm not quite sure he needed to hold up play quite as much as he did then. A couple of his teammates were very annoyed.
It is a corner.
Well, look, they know they've got a height advantage, and it's time for them to use it.
Roberto Carlos goes short. Played out to the right. Now here, Neymar! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. Didn't quite get enough on that.
Yeah, some good movement inside the box. No shortage of targets here.
Corner number 2 then. Kimmich with the short one. And the shot! It's in for the pieces! They've scored! Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
Well, listen, last line of defence, and you don't get it right, then you're paying a visit to your net.
Aos 11 minutos do primeiro tempo, pelo jogador, camisa 7.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. That'll be a throw-in. Neymar. Oh, that's nice. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. And it's Parler. McTominay with the challenge, and he has given away a free kick. Rijkaard. Another pass just keeps it ticking over. Closing in on goal. It's Rashford! Oh, that was a brilliant save.
Rashford clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Gullit gets it clear.
Just as I thought, Peter, it looks like this is a side that's setting themselves up for a counter-attack.
Yeah, stand by for the early ball, the big one over the top.
Yeah, and those that are up top, Peter, have to be willing to chase. And, of course, those in midfield have to be ready.
Great chance! And that is wildly off target.
I thought it was a really good break. No shortage of pace nor intensity. Exactly what's required when on the counter-attack.
Roberto Carlos is one whose deliveries we all know about, and he's forced to go back. And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. 1-0 the score. Oh, good take in a good area. And a chance! And that has earned a few nods of approval from the bench. Corner number 3 coming up. Roberto Carlos plays it short. Not pretty, but it gets the job done. Well, that looks a decent... Takes a shot! Sticks it away! A 2-goal lead, and they're firmly in control. The invitation was clear, and it was accepted with the utmost glee.
And the first thing he's going to do here, Peter, is thank his teammate for the pass. It put it on a plate for him.
So that's 2 now without reply.
We're looking at a very different game now. The command has been established.
And it's Rashford. Half an hour played now. And here's Rashford. Mbappe. That's the keeper's ball. Rijkaard. Can he spark a counter here? And he's managed to get free. And that has been knocked clear. Now this could be a chance. He is through here. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal. And it had to be.
I'm struggling to work out whether that was brave or a bit stupid. Maybe both, actually.
Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Looking for a runner. Messi in acres of space out wide. Half-time coming up, and little doubt as to which of the two sides is the happier. Oh, played through for the wide man. Struck first time. No, not quite.
Well, I suppose he was being urged to shoot. Maybe the crowd will stay a little quieter next time.
McTominay. Kimmich can so cleverly bypass the press. And it's Kimmich. McTominay. Lovely pass, but can he get there? That is lovely. He's come through and he's had a quick look inside. Big header! Off the post! Oh, he's been caught on it here. Neymar finds himself offside. Showing great feet there. Roberto Carlos gets into a good position. Big chance! And that has been clubbed away. Ooh, and with that, the half-time whistle goes. Any strong opinions on the first half?
Jeff Chiba really should be thinking about killing this off early in the second half, Peter. The boss will be demanding the same level of intensity from his team, so I'd expect to see the same positive intent after the break, the same focus again.
A half of massive entertainment and excitement, a two-goal margin, yes, but all things still possible. And we're already back up and running after half-time. Kimmich. And here's Ibrahimovic to come backwards here. And here's Ibrahimovic. And this is Hullet.
Hullet really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
Cafu. And that is out of play. Yaya Toure. Passing is crisp and sharp. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Now it's Mbappe. The ball looks a good one. And this is Messi. No way through. And the finish! Well, now it's a race for the ball. Corner it is. And into the grateful arms of the keeper. And now they can spring out of defence. Noticeable change in the approach to defending here, much more in your face.
Well, they seem intent on marking him out of the game. They're certainly trying to wind him up in the process, Peter.
Deep cross. Climbs up big! Oh, he's hit the bar! No, couldn't quite control it.
Well, it really shouldn't be allowed to happen again. It needs to be dealt with at source.
Yaya Toure is a perfect combination of brain and brawn. Cafu. McTominay. Roberto Carlos. Parla. Now it's Mbappe. He's found a way through. McTominay did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Cantona does have his name on the score sheet, of course. Kimmich. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Oh, truly brave defending.
If you were looking at the shopping list of what you need in a top defender, that's it.
Yaya Toure. Mbappe. No way through there. McTominay. And it's Roberto Carlos. It's Kimmich. Cafu. Turns back here, probably the best option. McTominay. And it's Roberto Carlos. Now it's Neymar. Unrelenting, uncompromising pressure on him. Nice control. Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
I think that's offside. Yes, it is. Time then for the first substitution of the game.
Well, to wait until now to make this change seems a bit baffling. He's expecting the miraculous to turn this around from here.
Substituição.
Oh, delightful ball. There's the man who is effectively the team's security policy. Leading by 2 and the finishing line in sight. Rui Costa. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it.
Oh, he's been caught napping. Looking for the run. And the shot! Well, got to be quick to recover this. Roberto Carlos. No unnecessary risks, and the game is petering out here. Can he get it through? And they're not going to make any further progress now.
Foram indicados 2 minutos de acréscimo.
How many interceptions have we seen now? Someone's got to up the quality and set an example.
And it's Ibrahimovic. Rummenigge. He's a sharp little ball here. Jordan Henderson. And that's it. So smiles all round as they shamelessly indulge in the post-whistle euphoria. A win achieved through the right balance of industry and inspiration. Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. And already we're underway here. He won't be happy with that one. Aimed beyond the defence. And into the grateful arms of the keeper. Alexander-Arnold purring through the gears. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
That's been cut out, well played. Well, Jim, the name Albert Ferrer is certainly familiar to English football fans of a certain vintage.
Yeah, and he's remembered with a great deal of affection as a pacey and tough tackling defender who always gave his all.
And was a bit of a character.
He was. Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
Driving forward. Now it's Ibrahimovic. And it's Roberto Carlos. Pull it. And here's Cruyff. Lovely bit of skill. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup.
Yet another interesting duel, this.
Passing is crisp and sharp. And that has been cleared. Oh, and that is really good tenacity.
Size really matters, and it's time to make it matter now.
Kimmich with the short one. And this is Neymar! Goal! That is a super smooth goal. Beautiful manoeuvring of the ball and splendid authority in the finish.
Speed of thought, speed of action. That's another really clever finish.
So the first goal of the game.
Yeah, and just as the manager's been reminding his players, this is the time where they can't afford to let their focus slip.
Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Neymar. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. And the score is 1-0. Roberto Carlos receives it in a wide position. Neither of these two want to come off second best. It's a good-looking big header! Alexander-Arnold gets it away. Oh, sweet feet. That is good strength. Delivered across.
Well, that has caused disappointment to some, unsurprisingly, and disgust to others. What a waste.
Another throw-in. Davids. Inter Milan are looking lively here. Oh, he's been caught on it here. Well, that looks a decent ball. And that's aimed into the middle. And he's following up. They've done it! They are really purring here, and they have extended their lead in the blink of an eye. Pullet duly reaps his reward, kept his cool whilst the defence lost their bearings.
Such good movement. Some players have that natural ability to be in the right place at the right time. We've just seen the perfect example.
So that's two now without reply.
You can really sense how important this goal was for them. They needed it, now they have it.
Oh, nice touch. Crosses it into the air. He gets big. Here comes, and again! It's there! Pick that one out. It was a bullet.
Yeah, it all came from some really smart movement, Peter. Did the defence let themselves down by not picking him up? I think the boss won't be amused.
Inter Milan get themselves back into contention.
Well, there's a real sense that the momentum has shifted here, Peter, and the crowd are reacting to that now.
Now it's Neymar. Kimmich. Toure looking to penetrate opposition lines. And here's Cruyff. And here's Neymar. Looking for the run. And this is Roberto Carlos. Oh, what a climb! And yes, it's there! A two-goal lead, and they're firmly in control. Certain, searing, and imperious.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball. Made a classic move and led it perfectly.
So the lead now is 2.
They've seen the light, and the opposition have been left in the dark. Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. And it's Ibrahimovic. And here's Neymar. Davids. Massaro. This is promising. And the whistle goes for half-time.
Well, Peter, I think the score is a fair reflection of what we've witnessed so far, and that being good movement in both midfield and indeed up front. If those players, I think, can carry on where they left off after the break, they should impose themselves even more, and probably only one result coming here.
Well, that has been a goal-blessed half. It is 3-1. So we're straight back at it at the start of the second half. That is lovely. He's chosen to go back. Well seen. Saw that coming.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Now it's Simons. Xavi Simons going face-to-face with his great rival. Tries a shot! It's in! And the second half is off to a flyer! A momentary lapse mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
Well, look at the manager here. He's absolutely fuming, and he has every right to be. You can't win football matches if you give the ball away like that.
This is threatening to become a really good game.
The manager must have given them an earful at half-time, and fair play, because it seems to have worked. They've got to kick on from here now.
Neymar, a player who needs no introduction. That ball looks a good one. Oh, that's fabulous. Roberto Carlos, cross in, looks like a good one. There will be a throw-in. Pull it. That is a great pick out. And he's running through. He's through. It's one chance, surely. Oh, the ball's run loose here. And it's Hakimi. And he's managed to get free. And it's played... It's a mighty effort! Firm header just off target.
That's a really decent chance.
The manager can make a change for the first time in the game here. That's good pressure, good intensity.
Yeah, they're certainly getting much tighter to him now. At least the message was received.
And here's Haaland.
Haaland really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled. Well, it's definitely the right attitude and application, Peter. They've got to keep pushing.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
He's cut it out. And that has been clubbed away. Roberto Carlos is one of the key ingredients in the team's attack. Gullit on a hat-trick. What do you think that'll mean to him, Jim?
Well, I think it'll mean a huge amount to him. The way he's been playing, I fully expect him to turn his 2 goals into 3. His appetite has been brilliant, and he totally merits a third.
He looks a really hungry player right now. Now this could... And the shot! Oh, taken with style! The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
Assegnato al 73esimo minuto, numero 14.
There is some activity down on the touchline. It seems there's going to be a change.
Yeah, they're looking for some imagination, and his job's going to be to add that element of craft and guile, the man pulling the strings.
Well, that has changed the dynamic somewhat.
Well, this is nothing less than they deserve, Peter. They're in the driving seat now.
Cafu. That's good pressing, squeezing the play. Haaland is flagged offside. Looking for options for movement. He's had it taken off him. The ball is loose and the chase is on. Challenge just a bit on the firm side. Probing pass. Rui Costa plays the game a step ahead of almost anyone. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
De Bruyne. Rui Costa. Now it's Messi. He is just caressing the ball. Inter Milan are making a change now.
Yeah, it's about time I think we saw some activity from the bench, but it's debatable as to what level of impact can be made from here. It's pretty late.
David's given the lift of his goal. Alexander-Arnold. And it's Hullet.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
And that has earned a reprieve for the time being. And there's his chance to lead the counter. Could go all the way here. That's tidy.
Il quarto uomo indica 4 minuti di
4
recupero.
added minutes on the board. Messi. De Bruyne. And Hakimi. And it's De Bruyne. Davids. Now, can they get him away? And this is Hullet. Hullet! Oh, that was a brilliant... And that is as far as it goes. Well, don't you just love it when a plan comes together? Victory never in doubt in the mind of the mastermind in all of this. Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. And as you can see, we've already started here. Batistuta. Easy enough for the goalkeeper. Nice looking ball. Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
Jim, who do you reckon is pivotal?
Yeah, Milinkovic-Savic. I'll be keeping an eye on his long-range shooting, Peter, because that's something he does with real prowess. The stuff that makes the highlight reels, of course, but he also does a lot of good work under the radar, recycling the ball, pressing opponents, and generally bossing midfield.
Yeah, I'd have picked him too. No doubt the fans feel much the same way. What a start. Free kick in a dangerous position in the opening minutes.
Well, there's lots of movement in the box for them to pick out.
Shapes to shoot! He scored!
After 12 minutes is number 14, Johan Cruyff. Johan Cruyff. Johan Cruyff.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. Played into space. No luck with that dink over the top. Milinkovic-Savic. Milinkovic-Savic. Oh, he's seen that early. Used a certain sixth sense. A reprieve, albeit perhaps momentary. And this is Batistuta. And he's there to get it away. Possession football, Jim, we're seeing plenty of it. What is it, though, that really makes it work?
Well, for me, what makes it work is the fact that everyone in this team has the courage to show for the ball. You can't shy away from it. You can't hide. You have to front up in a setup like this, and everyone is doing...
Chance for a shot! Pullet gets rid without sophistication. McTominay, a player who needs no introduction. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. 1-0 the score. Roberto Carlos. It's a poor throw that, picked off with relative ease. Yaya Toure. And this is Pullet. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Rijkaard. Passes coming off in quick succession here, and it's Beckham. Cantona. Yaya Toure. Here's a perfect combination of brain and brawn. Now it's Cruyff. Here's Roberto Carlos. Kimmich. And it's Yaya Toure. Cafu. Now, can they get him away? Van Bouten did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Hakimi. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
That's a good intervention. That was what he had to make in the face of danger that was growing. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Now it's Batistuta. Batistuta. Batistuta unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Now it's Haaland. Veron. Can he get on the end of this? Into the final 5 minutes of the first half. McTominay. Cafu. And it's Yaya Toure. Roberto Carlos. Looking for options for movement. Milinkovic-Savic. Beckham. Passing is crisp and sharp. Defending was strong and firm.
1 minute added time.
Cantona. And that'll be the final action of the first half. A very combative, competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff.
Please welcome everyone.
There's plenty of positives to take despite the lead being so small, Peter. I think playing well, good energy, a little more composure up front perhaps. That's not too much to ask.
Leading 1-0 at the break. And if you have just joined us, well, we've just begun the second period here. A solitary goal, that has been the crucial difference. Cafu is always looking to play quality balls. Toure has created one goal already. Cantona looks to the other side, and it's Roberto Carlos, and it's Cruyff. Pullet, well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Milinkovic-Savic, and he's picked out the run. Cantona. Cafu. That's a promising run he's making on the right. Cantona. Veron. Built as the single goal between the sides. Threads one in. McTominay can so cleverly bypass the press. Cantona. Cafu. Roberto Carlos. And it's Roberto Carlos. Now Yaya Toure. Almost an hour gone. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, this lead is beginning to look a little delicate. I'd rather see them show the ambition and adventure to go further ahead. But it seems as if they've settled for a riskier approach now to defend this.
Van Basten. Beckham. And it's Batistuta. There were better options before the ball was lost. Easy to say from up here, I know. Cafu powering forward here.
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
And that is out and behind. It's a good block.
Substitution on the field.
And we have our very first corner.
Number 7, Cantona. Coming on the field.
Roberto Carlos with the short one. And he's gone backward here. Chance! It's there! And there's the goal they've been looking for. An opportunist strike, but he'll take it. He will own it.
I'm sat here, Peter, thinking that the keeper might have done a little better then. Maybe his positioning wasn't great, but then again, I don't think he had a wonderful view of it.
And when the manager called on him, he was only too happy to repay that favour.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
We're looking at a very different game now. The command has been established.
Hakimi. Played in. That has been knocked clear. It's a promising position. Veron. Played into the box. Oh, smashing header! And that was very necessary. Good try. The outcome could so easily have been different.
Substitution on the field. Number 14, Johan Cruyff. Coming on the field is number 18, Rui Costa.
That's really well cleared. And now a sudden chance to counter. Rui Costa is the team's great visionary. It's a pretty loose pass. Throw in. De Bruyne. And it's De Bruyne. Hakimi. And it's De Bruyne. Searching pass he's played there. And into the grateful arms of the keeper. Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. Yeah, he's pulled him up for that challenge. It's Rui Costa. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Cafu. Yaya Toure. Leading by 2 and the finishing line in sight. He is just caressing the ball. Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest.
Well, if you dwell on it for that long, that's what happens.
Knocks it out wide. And a chance! He's beaten the keeper, but hit the post. Can he spark a counter here? Tries to play it through. Good ball, good take. Brilliantly cut out.
Well, I'm not quite sure he needed to hold up play quite as much as he did then. A couple of his teammates were very annoyed.
Now it's De Bruyne. Yaya Toure. Hops for safety. Cafu. And they'll start all over again with the goalkeeper. Roberto Carlos, the man that is tenacity personified. Showing great feet there. Oh, easy pickings there. Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. So smiles all round as they shamelessly indulge in the post-whistle euphoria. A win achieved through the right balance of industry and inspiration. A really satisfying day's work. Any reflections on what you've seen, Jim?
Well, the look on the manager's face says it all. He knows he set his attack up perfectly, and the players carried out his instructions to the...
Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. Things have got underway here pretty promptly. And here's Haaland. Roberto Carlos. Played it. Bullish header! Big moment! Massive goal!
Well, they would have been looking at him to produce the goods, and that was very kind of him to oblige so early.
And the trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
I doubt very much that this was in the script. Rafael Varane. And it's Makalele. Conte. And it's Conte. He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. Haaland for Yaya Toure. McTominay. So just the one early goal to report so far. 1-0 the score. Kante with the challenge, and he has given away a free kick. It's a good 35 yards out, this. Too close for comfort. Cafu. And it's Kimmich. And here's Haaland. Now it's Neymar. It's run loose here. It's Kimmich. Pull it. Quarter of an hour played. Oh, super find. Cantona, given the lift of his goal. Has a shot! Oh, the ball's come loose here. And here's Neymar, and he's managed to get free. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other.
I'm struggling to work out whether that was brave or a bit stupid. Maybe both, actually.
Oh, it's played into the area. But that is good defending. It's been repelled. Conte. And there's his chance to lead the counter. And it's Azar. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Cantona. And now the breakaway. Kimmich. Haaland. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Roberto Carlos. And it's Kimmich. Played out to the left flank. And it's Hullet. And that has left him in a heap. Now there's a fine ball. Chance! That is decidedly lacking. Olise is onto this. Yaya Toure is one of those players who's known for reading the game better than anyone. Opts for safety. Kimmich.
Jeff Chiba really should be happy to let this half run out now and go again second.
Pull it. He's chosen to go back. This might spell danger. That has been knocked clear. Cannavaro. Azar.
It's the sort of situation that they'll want to capitalise on now.
For Olise. Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep. Oh, shooting chance! And he hits the net. Atalanta are level. How very smart. He just got it right.
Well, the defence were being far too casual there, Peter. Far too slow to switch on to the danger. That's the kind of thing that makes managers go crazy.
Atalanta grab the equaliser, and we're all square.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter, when you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing.
And there's the end of the first half. Nothing to separate the two teams at half-time. They've both given it a really good go, and they head into the break all square. That's been a decent 45 minutes. Competitive, certainly, and a goal each. And the game has already resumed here.
Jeff Chiba.
And Van Nistelrooy! And a terrific save from the keeper.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
Not pretty, but it gets the job done. And here's Elise. And now they can spring out of defence. Neymar. Kimmich. And it's Gullit. Well, here's a man adored by many, even deified by some. He's in a great position here. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Azar tries to play it through. Look at the space here.
He has saved the goalkeeper's blushes there. What great defending.
Kimmich. Now it's Neymar. Roberto Carlos. It's Kimmich. And it's Gullit. And it's Kimmich. Knocks it out wide. It's come through and he's had a quick look in. Oh, smashing header! Really well taken goal. And they're back in front. A really thumping header. Absolutely crashes it in.
That's terrific aggression, the way he attacked the ball.
Number 4, Ruud
Time then for the first substitution of the game. A warm ovation on his way off, and that is the least he deserves.
Look, you can only give your all, and he's delivered in that regard, and I think the manager has probably just spotted now a little tiredness creeping in, and, you know, if that's the case, then, you know, he's doing the right thing.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for. Played back into the centre. Rafael Varane is pretty much the definition of the word uncompromising. Yaya Toure. Roberto Carlos. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. Cafu. Oh, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Kimmich. And here's Haaland. Hernes. And the shot! And the ball's come loose here. Turns and goes back. And that has earned a few nods of approval from the bench.
Well, height could make all the difference on these set pieces.
Substitution on the field. Number 9, Erling Haaland. Number 4.
And it's been taken short.
Coming on the field.
Haaland!
Number 11, Ibrahimovic.
Decent enough try.
Number 27, Morgan Rogers.
Just eases him off the ball. Almost 75 minutes on the clock now. And here's Ibrahimovic. Rummenigge. Cafu is one whose deliveries we all know about. Cafu plays it in. That's a good block, but at the expense of a corner. Corner number 2 then. Kimmich with the short one. Horace! And yes, it's there! 2 to the good, and they are purring, absolutely purring. He made it happen, squeezed through with sheer will and considerable accuracy.
Yeah, Peter, I think we've got to give the keeper some slack here because he didn't have the greatest view of that, but you've got to give the scorer his due as well. I mean, he had that sharpness of mind and clinical edge.
Well, that has changed the... Rummenigge! He should have put that one away.
You can tell he wanted that too. Still, at least he can smile about it, seeing as there are a couple of goals up.
So, third corner of the game. They've played it short. Shot, surely! And no, he couldn't find the finish. Corner number 4 coming up here. Roberto Carlos plays it short. And this is Ibrahimovic. And now a sudden chance to counter.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Olise going face-to-face with his great rival. And the shot! Now, who's going to be first to this? Here comes the corner. And it's hoisted clear. And now they can spring out of defence. Aimed beyond the defence. That has been cut short. Cannavaro. Tries to pass it through. Decent chance! Yes! And they are tearing the opposition apart here. Simply breathtaking stuff. A horrible blip, a situation utterly avoidable that has resulted in considerable embarrassment.
Yeah, they've only got themselves to blame. Mistakes in those areas are very punishable.
It's starting to look like a done deal now. He's being urged to shoot.
There will be 5 minutes added time.
Yaya Toure. Now Hoeneß. And here's Ibrahimovic. He's played it back.
They're really getting no time to think on the ball here.
Olise.
This is the time you need that pace.
Camavinga. And there goes the final whistle. Well, that was a shimmering, sizzling, scintillating game. The key characters glittered throughout and did what they... The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. The action has already started. And this is Hullet, and the shots! They've scored!
Well, they would have been looking at him to produce the goods, and that was very kind of him to oblige so early.
Another moment of magic, a real wow moment.
That's what he lives for, Peter. Not a lot more to add.
I doubt very much that this was in the script. Belly. Gattuso. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Kimmich. Yaya Toure. And it's Kimmich. Here's Roberto Carlos. And it's Messi. Kimmich. So just the one early goal to report so far. And the score is 1-0. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
Yaya Toure. And it's McTominay. Hops for safety. Roberto Carlos. And this is Messi, who whips it across. And the keeper gets his hands on it. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Cafu is always looking to play quality balls. Pull it. Played out wide. Looking to play him in. It's a promising position. That's good play. Kimmich. Out towards the flank. Roberto Carlos with an air of confidence about him, a certain swagger.
Well, I thought that run had balance and control, skill and strength, the sort of desire we hope will spread.
Roberto Carlos gets into it. He's got tall. Oh, should really have made more of that.
Yeah, it's very well timed. A delivery like that with the right amount of pace and whip can be a nightmare to defend against.
Maldini is a man so notably robust and resolute in his defending. Barcelona finding their passes. Kimmich did well to step in there, that was more than necessary. Now it's Roberto Carlos, and he's managed to get free. And that's a chance for a shot! And yet another chance goes to waste.
Jeff Chiba really have stepped it up now. They could have been a bit more greedy and forced the issue.
Looking for options for movement. And he's there to belt it away. And he's being shifted off it. Oh, he's caught him there, it's a free kick. Out to the right. Now it's Ibrahimovic. Ibrahimovic proves just a little bit too strong. Gattuso did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on.
Ibrahimovic surely had to know he had the support to his right, and if he didn't, he just needs to get his head up. It looks very much like they'd be happy to settle for this narrow lead at the break.
Yaya Toure is one of those players who's known for reading the game better than anyone. Cafu. Now it's Cantona. And this is Ibrahimovic. Kimmich. And it's Roberto Carlos. Oh, sweet feet. Roberto Carlos made a surge from full-back, as it turned out, unsuccessfully. Now it's Shevchenko. Well-timed, excellent interception. Cafu. Cafu hurtling down that right flank. Kimmich. It's Roberto Carlos. And the first half is done. A very combative, competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff.
Yeah, on the face of it, it looks a fair reflection of what we've all seen, Peter. Some incisive play one side, battling qualities on the other. I think this game is there to be won, and a minor tweak maybe all it needs to change it.
Leading 1-0 at the break. And we're already back up and running after half-time. A solitary goal, that has been the crucial difference. Takes a shot! It's a goal! They have done it! They have their equaliser!
Well, they were starting to look more and more threatening, Peter, so this comes as no surprise. The fans here are pretty fired up now.
He'll take that. Perhaps not the prettiest, but they all count.
That's really good anticipation too, Peter. Just instinctively knew where the ball would be and where he needed to put himself.
Barcelona grabbed the equaliser, and we're all square.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter. When you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing, the outcome should all come down to finishing.
Roberto Carlos. Messi will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. And he's cut it out. So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to press as high as they can and get in the right position to do that collectively.
And the shot! It's run loose. Who's going to get there?
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks. Jeff Chiba really just need to be careful for the next 10 minutes or so, deal with the pressure and come again.
McTominay did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Kimmich can see things others simply cannot. McTominay. Roberto Carlos. Messi. And it's Kimmich. For Yaya Toure. Bullet. Well seen. Saw that coming.
That was well played. Well stopped.
And they can counter here. And he's picked it up out wide. He has found the way through. Expertly cut out, really nicely done. Messi. That's a good ball out wide.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
You know, it was an intervention that had to be made. Serious trouble lay in store.
Well, that was a period of possession which carried just about no threat at all. That looks a cracking ball. He's shifting through the gears here. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Sane gets across and deals with it. Yaya Toure. And it's Roberto Carlos. It's Kimmich. And here's Cantona.
Jeff Chiba clearly are pushing for the win here, Peter. It's making for a very frantic end to this game.
And it's Bellingham. Shevchenko climbs up big. He's got that completely wrong.
Substitution on the field. Number 10.
We have got
Messi.
changes here from both
Number
sides, in
7,
fact.
Cantona. Number 4.
Great defending, strong and determined. Sané
Ibrahimovic. Coming on the field.
knocks it into space. And this is... Can he finish?
Number 13. Karl-Heinz Rummenigge. Number 15.
Rui Costa.
Number 9.
Can they get him all? And the shot! And no, he couldn't find the finish.
Suarez fully appreciates that he could have won it then, and now he'll be all the keener not to lose it.
And he's taking no chances there. And now a sudden chance to counter. Roberto Carlos. It's Rui Costa. Now it's Haaland. He's picked his way through. He's had it! Oh, it's fallen loose again! Oh, yes! It's there! And that has raised the roof! And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Well, they say all goalkeepers are crazy, and after that, maybe there's some truth to it.
And very quickly, the substitute made his mark.
I think the manager's claiming an assist here.
There's going to be another change here.
I think you have to admire his willingness to keep plugging away, but the manager has done him a big favour, I think, by taking him off. You know, he was looking very, very leggy.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for. Rui Costa has got himself a free kick. Rui Costa. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it.
I think we're about to see a frenetic finish. No half measures from here.
I think we're just about done here.
Added time.
Yaya Toure. And it's Roberto Carlos. Board shows there will be 3 extra minutes. And that's it. Well, that was close. Both sides playing their part in a great game of football. A real ride that had all of us glued to our seats from the very beginning. So a dramatic game decided in its very last moments.
Well, I just think that determination and persistence has paid off handsomely to squeeze the win out of a draw. Sometimes it comes down to grit and desire and the stubbornness to keep plugging away. And this has been great staying power.
Well, thanks to Jim alongside me, and as the fans make their way home, so must we. Good evening to you.